Hey, welcome back to the course on design science and design research. Today I will give a few comments on the D2M model we had a look at in the first video. So let's look at the model. So here it is. It puts the different activities connected to information systems work into its context. So the frame here is the whole context of information systems work. It has four main activities. It is the design process, the realization process, the operations process, and the assessment process. And all those are connected into a relay and decision center that decides what to do. So if it decided here that the old system is not up to its requirements, it is perhaps decided to go into a design process in order to develop a new system or redesign the old one. So design, when we speak about design, it becomes more and more frequent that it means redesign of an old system. So here we have the design or redesign process according to a design method. Some of the design methods we are going to look at in this course. Anyhow, whatever method you're using, its output here is the system description of some sort. That means a blueprint of a system to come, or an abstract conceptual description of a system. That blueprint or description is input into realization activity. Here you are really concretely building or constructing the system with help of software engineering and other activities in this, mostly from computer science. And the result here is a system that works, that you can run, and it is decided to put it into operations. So here you have the operation or use of the system, and you also have some sort of system operations output, the result of the operations. That result can be also input into the assessment process, where you evaluate if a system really gives the result that it was supposed to do and that it was wanted. If it is found that the assessment result is okay, you continue to use the system, but it can also be that you find that it is not okay, that is something that is missing, and you decide to go into a new design or redesign process. So the main questions when you are speaking about design here is, in what degree does the design process take into account the result of an assessment? So what is coming up from the use of the old system, is that an input into the design of the new one, or are you in some way starting from scratch? Also, does the system take, the method you're using, does it take account of what is decided here exactly? I mean, in terms of time for the design, resources for the design, and the main goal with the results that may be decided here. Is that an input that is taken care of in the design process, or is the design process described as a generic design process that does the same thing whatever the preconditions are? In the same way, is the system description here, is that put in a form that is appropriate for the coming realization process? Over the years, for example, we have seen many different software engineering approaches, from structure programming, object-oriented programming, clean code, and whatever. And does that, or does the design process always making the same system description? And is that system description as good for all types of upcoming realization processes, or does it suppose a special type of realization, for example? In the same way, is the description here verified against the condition that was given here in the decision moment, or does it take for granted that it is okay? In the same way, the system that is the result of a realization process, it is verified that that is a system that corresponds to the description of the conceptual system here, or is that also taken for granted, and so on. So also already in this very simple model, you can see that it is a lot of questions to put on a design method, and perhaps one of the main criticisms is that those 4 arrows are living separate lives with too little connections between them, and that could be better, I think. That is one of the main points perhaps in this moment. So, thank you for today.